Hi, my hand knitting friends. Today I'm going to be reviewing another type of Amazon yarn. So the last Amazon yarn I reviewed was this stuff, and I got a lot of comments and messages from people saying, oh, you have to try Hombys brand on Amazon. It's the best on Amazon. So I ordered some. Here we go. I will say this was 8 skeins for $40, so it was just a few dollars more than this last yarn that I reviewed on there, but still super cheap for 8 skeins. It comes like this, so it's vacuum sealed so that they can keep shipping cheaper. Let's open it up. Let's see how this goes. All right, first layer is open. Now this is gonna poof up. That's always super fun to watch it puff up like that. Okay. So with this yarn today, I'm gonna be talking about the quality of it. I wanna see how thick it is, how soft it is, the workability of it. I'm gonna try hand knitting with it a little bit to see how well it does. Sometimes if the yarn is too thin, it's harder to work with, or even if it's too like soft or slippery it is. So let's see. So they come like this, very flat at the moment, but they're all the same. Makes me wonder if Hombys brand is the same as this brand, just under a different name, because this brand was also tied with this exact same bow. Let me undo the bow. I'm already finding these little threads that I don't love. From very first initial thoughts, it does feel thin. It almost even feels thinner than this kind here that I reviewed before. The color is cream. I guess the color is okay, but it is a little yellowy for my liking. And I'm trying to just fluff it up to see if it gets a little thicker. And this skein is supposed to be 28 yards, which is the same length as Hobby Lobby. This is the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Eternal Bliss yarn that I usually use. And let's just kind of compare. I feel like it kind of looks like it's just as thick as Hobby Lobby, but this is much denser. The Amazon is much lighter and a little bit more sparse. And like I said before, I don't really love the color of their cream. I kind of like, this is the ivory color from Hobby Lobby. It's a very good neutral base color, whereas this, yeah, does look a little yellow. Now, the softness of it, I feel like it's fine. It doesn't feel quite as soft as the Hobby Lobby yarn. And then this is the yarn that I reviewed before off Amazon. This is definitely softer than this Hombys yarn, I will say. And I think it just looks a little bit thicker. So this is very interesting to me. I was fully expecting this Hombys yarn to be like almost the same as Hobby Lobby, because a lot of people told me that. They said it's the best you can get off Amazon. And I don't really agree with that, at least from this batch that I've gotten. Which is interesting because this yarn from Amazon was a few dollars even cheaper than this one. Let me try to do a sample hand knitting just to see how it works. see. Just gonna do a little sample here, like I'm knitting something. Okay, so I just let a little bit more yarn out and I'm already seeing this knot. I hate when my chunky yarn has knots like this. And this is just the first few yards of my first skein, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more knots in it. And that's how you can kind of tell if yarn is good quality or not. Obviously I'm not expecting the best because it is from Amazon and it's very cheap compared to like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and places like that. But a review is a review and I want to include everything. All right, so I kind of hand knitted just this little sample. While I was knitting, it felt fine, but you can tell it's just looks a little thinner. Like my normal yarn I use from Hobby Lobby or Michael's would fill in these gaps better. So I would say it might be okay if you really just don't want to spend a lot of money. I would recommend more of a little bit of a thicker yarn and a better quality if you're making something to gift to someone. But if you're just starting out and practicing, this might be okay. I'm trying to remember the name of the brand of this other Amazon yarn, but it is in my videos section. I almost would prefer, if I were to buy like a cheaper Amazon yarn, I almost would prefer this one over this Hombys. It's just so soft. It's very soft and a little bit thicker. There's just so much yarn out there right now to try. That's why I wanted to start this series of reviewing all the different ones so we know the pricing and the thickness, softness of all the different yarns. But let me know in the comments if you've tried this yarn, your thoughts on it. What's your favorite affordable hand knit chunky yarn that you use? I have tutorial videos that are perfect for beginners. From start to finish, all my tips and tricks are in there. I've sold a lot of those videos and it's crazy how people have zero knitting experience and after making one blanket are like light years ahead of me when I made my first blankets. And I'm like, whoa, how is that possible? But it makes me really happy to know that I can teach them very well. So check those out if you're looking to learn how to hand knit. It's a super fun and fulfilling hobby. And I want to continue this series of rating different chunky yarns. On my channel, I share a bunch of different things having to do with hand knitting. So if this is your new hobby or you want to make it your new hobby, definitely come back and see what I'm sharing. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.